between an Asian parent and then a military family, I mean, it doesn't get much stricter than that. You know, you hold your emotions in, and it's hot, 100 degrees, 100% humidity, San Antonio, another summer day. Yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys a preface to the series of clips that I'm going to show here. This is just the video review from the casting agent from Alone. They're basically really trying to get into my mind. This is basically the third request they had to get a little bit more in-depth assessment of who I was and how my mind works and how my life was and all that stuff. You know, they're these casting agents. I assume they they probably get a commission if their contestant gets put on the show. So they do a really good job, really trying to get all the juicy details out of their contestants. So my agent was awesome. I think all these agents probably have some kind of psychological training or some degree in that field, because I mean, like I said, this is like the third request, and it was really, they would ask one question and I would answer, ambiguously, like, I'm close to nature because of how I grew up and events that took place in my childhood. I would say something like that, and then they would just be like, okay, give us an example, and then they would say, like, well, give us an example of what happened before that, or so it got to the point where like I seriously was just gonna be like, you know what, just go kick rocks, because those are like too personal, but I persevered. I'm like, hey, first and foremost, Alone is a TV show. It's reality, right? But it's still a TV show, so they needed to get all the juicy stuff, and I understood that. So I knew what I signed up for, and I wasn't going to quit because of my own emotional barriers. So yeah, I just I said, what the hell, let's do this, and it really actually helped out a lot. I was kind of miffed at first that they would be so probing and have such personal things, but like I said, it's reality TV, and if they were just to like question a bunch of outdoors hermits that just live in a shack and do this all their life, it'd be Alone wouldn't be interesting. Nobody could relate to those guys. I mean, I know half a dozen OGs that live in pretty much a freaking straw hut that would just laugh at this being a challenge to them, but to us guys that are assimilated into modern society, it will be a challenge. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, in any case, I was thinking I was just gonna like scrap those video clips, but after seeing the effect of sharing my my innermost thoughts and emotions and all that stuff, it really helped out a lot, actually, to get me out of the depression I was in. I grew up in a fairly strict Asian family. You know how they are, tiger moms, tiger dads. And then my father was a captain in the U.S. Army. So between an Asian parent and then a military family, I mean, it doesn't get much stricter than that. You hold your emotions in, and you be a man, and you just suck it up and keep moving forward. So that's pretty much how I live my life, and it worked for me until recent events. And I thought just moving forward would be enough, like I've always faced challenges in my life, but this whole depression thing was a whole new deal. I just can't get out of it. It wasn't like a suicidal thing, but you basically just didn't want to wake up or do anything. And nothing had brought you any joy. I mean, you pick up your bow and you just drop it. You go to the gym and you see somebody on a piece of equipment and you just go home. It's like it was just like everything was just pointless. So yeah, so in any case, yeah, I just sharing this, and then also knowing that it could be viewed by millions of people. It actually really helped immensely to crawl out of that pit of despair that I was in. So I never shared stuff like this before, but it helped a lot. So I'm hoping this video will reach a lot of people that might be in the same situation, and might be helpful to them. Yeah, here goes. Yep, all my deepest, darkest secrets. All right, so I really hope it does help somebody out there. That's really what this channel's about, just to help everybody that's interested in outdoors, everybody who has challenges in life, and just kind of let everybody know that there's people out there that understand and been there. So yeah, yep. So here's to the interview. And a good chance of winning alone, because I think I have a unique connection with nature. I know you guys hear that a lot, but I think my connection with nature is a little different than most. Yeah, ever since I can remember as a kid, I always felt like I was missing a part of myself. Like either I didn't belong, or I was just missing a part of myself. I would say, to describe it, it'd be like, just imagine like if you were born without a leg, right? But you can feel that there should be a leg there. Like you actually, I guess like a lot of amputees, if they can actually feel the leg, they can actually feel pain. So I would say it's very similar to that. So it's not just that I was born missing something, but you can feel that you're missing something. And for example, like my happiest moments, and then I would feel like something was missing. I would feel that pain of not having that leg. So the more joy you felt, the more pain you felt. So I liken it to loneliness, but it's really not. It's just like you're missing something, because I have a great life. I'm really blessed. I have a beautiful wife and beautiful daughter. I mean, this $500,000, it's a life-changing event. I mean, a life-changing amount. So that would totally be a driving factor, but that's not the only driving factor. Like I said, I'm blessed. Our family is blessed. We have bills. We have student loan. We have our daughter's college fund to contribute to. So yeah, the $500,000, that would totally contribute to that, and make our life even more blessed. So for sure, that the money is a big factor, but it's not really the primary factor. For me, it's really the conduit that alone serves. It's like I think the success of the show is due really in part to showcasing that even the smartest, toughest person has weaknesses, and that person doesn't necessarily win. And even the apparently weakest or less astute person, they have amazing strengths. So I think that's the amazing thing about Alone, and that's what I want to use this opportunity to take advantage of. It's just, I think other people might share my condition or my feelings about their existence in this world. It's like I said, it's ever since I can remember, I always felt incomplete. I was missing something. It's an odd feeling. So despite feeling joy and happiness and all that, there was always that pain, that lingering part of me that was like, felt like I was missing something, or I wasn't supposed to be in this world, I guess. Yeah, this is fairly personal to me, so it's not something I share a lot, but I think it's important. I would like to use this opportunity to share that. Yeah, so I guess what I'm getting at is that yeah, I always felt that something was missing. I didn't belong until I got into nature, and it's the only place that that feeling goes away. You know, it's kind of like feeling that the leg is gone, but you don't feel the pain, and you can easily walk. You can walk just like anybody else with two legs. So that's kind of akin to what I feel. So nature has a special connection with me, or I have a connection with nature. Yeah, it's kind of like it fixes me. So I think that's a different take than most people have with nature. It's not just an esoteric thing. It's actually an important reality. So I think that's the biggest difference. Yeah, so I actually feel at peace with nature, and I actually feel less alone in nature. So I think that's going to be a big factor in my success. And yeah, also, you know, another driving force is, like I said, just the ability to use alone as a conduit to, you know, maybe help others that might be going through stuff like this. You know, explore nature. It might be the answer to what you're missing. If you ever had that feeling. Also, yeah, you know, on that same note, yeah, my younger brother, he passed away about 2 years ago, and yeah, him and I always had like a very special, unique bond. Yeah, he was almost like the guy that would, you know, I could that would carry me. You know, he saw that I had the bad leg, and he was the person that bared that weight. He understood what I was going through. So when my younger brother passed away about 2 years ago, I went through just a dark place. I mean, it was just the deepest depression that you can ever go through. I'm a type of guy that doesn't believe in depression, but after that, yeah, I changed my mind. So yeah, so definitely after that, I've changed my perspective on that, and I definitely empathize a lot more with people going through that. So yeah, that was a real tough time. But you know, going back out in nature, it definitely helped out. And I think if you're going through tough times like that, nothing can reach you. You know, just give it a shot. And my heart goes out to you guys. So yeah, I think I need this really to reconnect and get completely back to form. Yeah, I feel like I'm just climbing out of that dark pit, and I think this is going to help me out. Yeah, I think I can you know, get back to balance. That's what I'm looking for.